something that I want to put in the title, Andrew Tate. How do you feel about the latest scandal, which I find very fascinating? True Geordie is basically canceled off the fucking internet. He has Twitch suspended. He got fired from damn near every sponsor because he made a off-color joke, I guess you could say, about Andrew Tate and his newfound Muslim nature beliefs.
Yeah.
He
said the whole blowing up thing?
Yeah, he said something about, like, you know, go blow yourself up or whatever if you're so Muslim. It was a pretty offensive statement. It is kind of odd to see someone getting canceled for saying something Islamophobic about somebody who apparently has only been Muslim for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's pretty interesting, especially in light of the I wonder if the Kanye and Kyrie thing kind of amplified the likelihood of that happening.
Or like just people reacting to religious stuff that way?
Or just we're seeing all these people get destroyed for, you know, having the nerve to say something about the Jews. I mean,
You want to know what
the Muslims aren't going to sit around and let that go down without getting theirs as well,
Yeah.
right? True Geordie, sorry, you're done.
You want to know what the real take is on this? Man, Christians must be mad because you can say anything about Jesus and nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, we haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah. You could say whatever. You call pastors this. You could say this. You could make any stereotype about diddling kids, or you can say whatever you want.
Well, it's the same way where you could tweet, I hate white people, and you can't tweet, I hate black people.
Hey,
And,
Christians, it's time for y'all to get a little upset.
you know, it's like,
time for you guys to get your reparations.
even though he's like apparently from Egypt and whatnot, or, you know, somewhere in the Middle East, probably not white. He still gets treated like the white religious figure where you can kind of dump on Jesus a little bit. Nobody gave a shit when Jesus was on South Park like a million fucking times.
Hey, but if you draw the prophet, you get murked.
You still can't see those episodes of South Park, I heard. I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but I heard that those ones are banned from streaming services and
You
stuff.
can find it on Pornhub.
You can? Seriously?
No.
Oh. No, that would be a good place to put it, yeah.
Pornhub South Park.
I mean, I'm sure it's on the Pirate Bay no matter what.
Yeah, you can find it somewhere.
But, I mean, it's an interesting double standard. Yeah, Jesus really does get kind of the shit end of the stick.
It's pounded on all the time.
Yeah.
And I have no dog in the fight. I really don't care.
Right.
Personally, I think you should be able to make fun of all of it. But I also know that when it comes to religion, folks get very touchy-feely about stuff. And understandably, it's very intimate. It's someone they feel like they're very close to. It's like close to their heart. And so I understand a lot of like the tension around it.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think that True Geordie's joke, which admittedly I'm not even sure I actually saw the clip, I just read the quote.
Yeah.
Do you think that that is enough? Like, do you want to live in a world in which a guy who says something like that loses all of his sponsors? Does that seem like a fair outcome to you?
No, but that's because I keep the same energy in regards to like trans issues, faith-related issues. Like I don't feel like someone making a joke about your faith would necessitate this kind of response. And I hate the fact that media has pushed to the point where these companies are all reacting this way. Yeah, so I don't think so, no.
Right.
No. I think there's rights for people to feel upset. I feel like this fight's right. You know, people want to come at him for it. I'm not got no issue with it. But like the whole losing his sponsors, getting banned off of everything. It's like, bruv, how many people have sat on Twitch and made all kinds of jokes about Christians and Jesus and not have their account banned? Right?
Well, it's interesting because
and then I think it's just the media uproar made them feel pressured to do something.
if I'm not mistaken, he did not say this on Twitch. So he got banned off Twitch for something he said off platform.
That shit don't matter no more.
Yeah, because Twitch is the by far wokest platform that will ban you for something that you said off platform, apparently, which is really interesting because nobody's getting their Twitter banned for something that they said on YouTube.
Yeah. Twitch is run by idiots. That's why.
They're the purple-haired lunatics in the bunch.
Absolutely. All the negative stereotypes you can imagine, that's the Twitter staff.
Sneeko, I think, managed to stream for like 10 minutes and then they banned him right away. And I doubt he really said anything too offensive during that time period. It was just kind of like, nah, get the fuck out of here. That's like you're walking in with a MAGA hat into the gay club. They're just, nah, get the hell out of here.
Easy. And he knew he wasn't going to last long there because at the end of the day, it didn't matter. Once they saw what he'd done on YouTube and some of the stuff he was guilty of, and all these social media companies, they all know each other. They have they know people who run like the management people at the other spot, or even like content creation. So sometimes they have to coordinate things. And so when it comes to these
that's
bands,
the Illuminati.
Their conversations.
If you know all the mods, all the people who have power at all these fucking social media companies, that's a superpower that none of us could understand. Because we all know people who have who can get accounts back on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Those are fucking people that everybody's got to suck up to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you really know employees in there, I mean, that's pretty. It's important.
Yeah. So on the Tate stuff and the whole Muslim thing, I think what I just took away from it is just it's an overreaction, and I think we're going to see more and more of this in the future. Everyone's like fucking Terrified.
It's interesting with True Geordie because his last scandal was him texting somebody telling him he wanted to eat their shit. I don't know if you missed that.
I definitely missed that. I actually like Geordie.
Yeah.
At least I like his stuff.
But he said that it was just like talk. They're like, it's like a little fetish thing he's got is that, like, you know, you might be talking to somebody and you keep upping the ante and all of a sudden you're like, I want to cut you open and drink your blood. I want to eat your shit out of your ass. I don't know. Personally, never even came close to that. But that it seemed like people kind of let him skate with that excuse.
I don't know if you ever memed that. Like this, I think is a quote from a movie. But I remember I texted a girl one time. I said, "I want to wear your skin like a lampshade." You know that one?
Yeah.
Where's that from?
Well, but that's a classic.
That's a classic.
I would crawl through a million miles of desert just to hear you fart or some shit. Just say that. Yeah.
I just want you to get up out of your seat so I can sniff that shit. Like, you know, you say weird stuff, and so I can imagine, you know, in the vein of humor. I would have to look at the context of the conversation.
I used to say, like, she's so hot, I would drink her diarrhea, like a lot, like to the point where me and my friends would call a girl shit-eating hot, and we would all know what it meant, which is like you would eat her shit.
Yeah.
Not actually, but you know.
Yeah, we just exaggerate. Hyperbolic. I don't think we'd actually do it.
Yeah, but so I mean, okay, so True Geordie getting canceled for this seems like, you know, I'm sure it'll be all right. He'll still hold on to whatever percentage of fan base because, like, kind of my metric for somebody being canceled is like you have to lose a lot of followers. That's when I start to feel like you might really be canceled. No, obviously there's like corporate canceled where you stop being able. Kanye's not losing any followers, but he's like corporate canceled because they're not going to book him at venues. He's not going to be able to work with record labels, presumably for some time. Fashion brands won't work with him. That's one level of canceling. But when you're a YouTuber, like when James Charles lost 1.5 million subscribers in a day or whatever it was and set the record, that's when it starts to feel a little different. When the fans actually are mad enough at you that they leave in large numbers, that's when I start to be a little bit more convinced that it's real.
Okay. I don't even think that shit's that real because it's just a knock.
Yeah.
It's just a knock.
Sometimes.
It's a slowdown. When you get removed from the platforms, it's a wrap. That's when it ends, most of the time.
Yo, we just hit 400,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. So if you want to help us out, click subscribe, get us to 500K. Yeah.